Hello student, let us talk about the towards freedom. We discussed that how the Indigo movement and the Sepoy Mutiny brought the first war of independence in the year 1857. We discussed that different rulers like Bahadur Shah Zafar, Rani Jhansi, then we talked about Hazrat Mahal, Hazrat Begum Hazrat Mahal, then we talked about Nana Sahib and other rulers like Tatia Tope joined the mutiny, the Sepoy mutiny, which was initiated by Mangal Pandey in 1857. There was a resentment, there was discontentment against the British rule, and this led to the first battle of independence. Though the Indians lost the battle, the rulers lost the battle, some were killed, some were imprisoned, but that was the first step towards freedom. Later we discussed that how different social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, then Vidyasagar or Dayanand Saraswati, they tried to bring some reforms to the society along with some British officials like Lord Dalhousie, Lord Ripon. They wanted to bring modern education in the life of the Indians who were in the shadow of all evil practices like sati, killing of female babies, or maybe widows were not allowed to remarry, or caste system, all child marriages, the girls were married at a very, very early age. So all these things they wanted to remove in the society, and some of the great leaders worked very hard, faced a lot of resistance from the Indians, the common Indians who were not educated. And slowly the reforms were made, widows were remarried, that law was passed, even child marriage was stopped, girls were allowed to go to schools and colleges. Now we are going to talk about the last topic, that is the rise of nationalism. What is nationalism, children? Nationalism means love for your country, your India, or maybe any country, love and showing respect to your country. In this initiative, when some modern, some leaders who had that feeling, bringing modernization in Indian society with education, with removing all these evil practices, some leaders came together and they thought that they will form an organization which will work against the Britishers to get the freedom for the country. Because in the first war of independence, it was seen that Indians were not at all united. They were not at all united. The revolt was mainly in the northern and the central part of India. So there was a lot of infighting going on between the rulers, and so to bring the unity among all the people of India, they thought that they should form an organization where people will come together, think about how to bring the freedom of our country from the British rule. So, in this follow-up, the formation of Indian National Congress in 1885. Okay, in 1857, the first war of independence. 1858, India came under the direct rule of British Empire. And here starts the rule of Britishers and torturing people, taking all the rights of the people, not able to enjoy, and even the bread and butter of the common people was snatched away by the Britishers due to their policy of selling things at a higher prices and taking the things from our country and selling it in the other parts at a higher prices. Okay, so the founder of this Congress was Allen Octavian Hume. He was a Britisher. He was a Britisher who initiated the foundation of Indian National Congress, which is still there. You know the we have the Indian Congress, this party is there. So that Indian National Congress was founded in the year 1885, and it was initiated of a Britisher, Alan Octavian Hume, and the first president was Umesh Chandra Banerjee, and the first session, the meeting, was held in Bombay, where 72 delegates took part. I'll just show you the picture of Alan Octavian Hume. A.O. Hume, a British official, A.O. Hume helped in the formation of Indian National Congress. So there were some people, great people, who thought that there should be some organization which will help the Indians to come together in a common platform and fight for the freedom. Okay, and this suppression of the Indians by the Britishers should be taken care of, and all the laws and the things should be, with jointly moved again. And this is Umesh Chandra Banerjee, the first president of Indian National Congress, presided over the first national session of Indian Congress, which was held in Bombay. Now it is known as Mumbai. In 1885, was one of the leading figures of the first phase of national movement. He was a man behind the first phase of National Congress. Then later on, Gandhiji joined that National Congress, and he only guided us how to get achieved. With the, of course, we should not forget the contribution of the millions of Indians for the freedom, and ultimately in 1947 we achieved the freedom. And in 1892 again presided over the Indian National Congress in session in Allahabad. He again became the president in the year 1892 and made attempts to enter the British Parliament, but he was unsuccessful. He was a lawyer, trained lawyer. So he was the first president of Indian National Congress in 1885, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, and he is A.O. Hume, the British who initiated the formation of the Indian National Congress. Okay, and this Indian National Congress only initiated, only helped the Indians to bring the freedom for the Indians from the British. Thank you.